Hi guys, we are back again. Welcome to season 2 of Finance Chats with Miriam.
You can get away with a lot of things. You have so many, you have so many incompetent people.
When you have nothing, it's easy to discover yourself. A lot of people never experience that until they're in their 40s and 50s.
In business, you call the time value of money. What's the time value of money?
I was just sharing money like with my friends and my siblings and my mom. Your experience is not unique. You're not going through whatever you're going through alone, and nobody has it all figured out. That's one thing I'll always say.
My takeout or my key takeout is this. In addition to what Bukky said, continuous learning.
Hi guys, we are back again. Welcome to season 2 of Finance Chats with Miriam. And as you can see, our studio is different. It's temporary. And the setup is going to be different as well. It's different as well. So in season 1, we had one guest. In this season, we have 2 guests that I would be conversing with because, having 2 opinions is always great. 2 heads are better than 1. I don't know if that's still true with the advent of AI, but let's see how that goes. Okay, so we can start with introducing our guests. I have 2 guests with me today, which I've already mentioned. 2 amazing people. What have you kind of introduce yourself? I'll start with ladies first.
Yeah, ladies first.
Ladies first. Yeah, ladies.
So can you introduce yourself for me? Give me like a bit of your professional background and anything you also like us to know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much for inviting me. I'm very happy to be here and talk to you.
Yeah.
So my name is Bukky, and yeah, I don't know where to start from. A very, very rude life, but I would say right now, a communication professional, but I also don't want to box myself in too much. I think I'm a very multidimensional person, and I have a degree in business, a degree in international communication, just graduated for my master's degree as well.
Congratulations.
And yeah, random, but I also started my degree in criminology and criminal justice.
Wow.
So I wanted to become a police officer.
We're going to unpack that, but just continue with your introduction.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to read a lot of detective books. So yeah, so that's my background, and yeah, currently I'm in a situation where I'm still trying to see what works for me, what my future will be like. I know that sounds weird. I'm 33 and I'm still figuring things out. So it makes it really amazing, that. So far I've lived this life, or I've done so many different things. And yeah, I'm excited for I'm kind of entering a new chapter as well. So I'm excited for that and hoping to share my story with you more and also learn from you and co-guest Ifeanyi.
Sure.
I'm passing it on to you.
Yeah, nice to meet you all. My name is Ifeanyi. I would consider myself an entrepreneur.
Okay.
But though my entrepreneurial background, I consider myself relatively new in the business life because I've got a degree also. I've got a degree in human anatomy, which is quite strange.
It's not. My cousin has a degree in human anatomy.
For real? I thought we were very few. So I'll consider myself a business person, more or less a salesman. Quite experienced in inventory management. I'm very apt in operations management. Also apt as well in logistics. Very good. And I've had successful businesses in Nigeria. Right now, I have a master's in business administration with a specialization in data analytics.
Wow.
I'm married, 37 years old, and and also don't forget, I'm a petrol head. I love cars. Yeah, sure, I love cars.
What's your dream car? Picking back on that.
My dream car would be that's a tough one. Would be a Nissan GTR,
Nissan.
aka the Godzilla. Yes.
The good news is
Yeah.
I know nothing about cars, but for the sake of this episode, I'm going to put a picture.
Sure. Get a
So we
Nissan
can also,
GTR.
and I'll
yeah.
also check it afterwards.
Yeah.
To see how it
Yeah.
looks like. Yes, and then you mentioned that you just finished a degree. Is it
Yes.
human anatomy you just finished?
No. Like I said, quite diverse. I've got a degree in human anatomy, which is in basic medical sciences. I also have a master's degree in business administration, which is specialization in data analytics. So I can function both ways.
Are you serious?
Yes.
My cousin also did a master's in that, in data analytics.
Pretty
Ah.
good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the same one that did anatomy. I think maybe there's
No, there's no connection. There is
there's a
no
thing there that
Wow.
we
there is
don't
no
know.
there is no connection.
There's a spirit
Trust me,
there.
trust me.
There's a
Some
force.
kind
There
of
is no connection.
connection.
There's absolutely no connection.
Yeah.
Okay, and you mentioned that you just started. I'm just going to piggyback on what Ifeanyi said. You mentioned that you just started like your entrepreneurial journey.
No. Get it clear. I've had a business,
Oh,
not
okay.
here running, but
In Nigeria.
sure, yeah.
Okay. And basically, what motivated you to start this business?
Basically, what motivated me to start a business was a drive to be self-sustaining. Yeah, I wanted to be independent. I felt not only being independent, I felt I could as well make an impact within my immediate environment.
Environment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the right word to use. When you create value, you never can tell who you would touch. So my sole aim of going into business, in as much as I wanted to be independent, I wanted to create value in my local economy, in my local community.
Yeah, that's really sweet. And do you mind sharing the kind of business you have in Nigeria?
The business I had in Nigeria was more or less procurement. I was
Okay.
more or less into much procurement, sales. When I mean sales, I mean sales of IT equipment all across the value chain.
Okay.
Maintenance as well, installations of IT equipment, or whatnot. So
And so you do everything.
I do it more or less that.
Okay, that's nice. That's perfect. And I would like to ask, how long have you guys been here? We can start with
Okay.
Bukky.
Well, for me now, it's been like almost 3 years. So 2 years and 7 months.
Okay, and you came here initially for
I came here to do my master's degree. Yeah.
yeah, and then you just finished that recently.
No, it's been, well, it sounds recent, but it's been a year.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
It's been a
really?
year. Yeah. I
Yeah, a year is
graduated
still
last
recent.
year,
A year is
July.
still recent to my
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
And you?
Yeah, I've been here for January. It's 3 years, so it's about 3 years and so few months, and came also to study.
No, so so it's been a year since you finished your
Uh,
degree for you as well.
yeah, sure,
Oh,
about
really?
that, yeah.
And how has being in Netherlands been for you?
Uh,
Moving here, how has it been? How has your experience been in general?
it was difficult to adapt initially, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty smooth sailing. Yeah, I think so. It was not so outside some minor hiccups, which of course everybody
It's
gets
normal.
to. It's normal wherever you go. Even when you go back home, there are hiccups everywhere. So
Sure.
it was a wonderful experience. Anyway, it is a wonderful experience living here in the Netherlands.
I can imagine. And you, Vicky?
For me, well, it's been, I guess, I don't know the word to use. It's been okay, but I would say that this is the country that I found it the most difficult to like adapt. I've lived in, this is my third country aside from Nigeria.
Where else have you lived in?
I lived in the UK.
Yeah.
I lived in UAE. I lived in Dubai specifically.
Oh, why did
And
you leave Dubai to come here?
one thing about me is I think I'm just the kind of person that no matter what, like I always end up returning to Nigeria. And at that time, right, I remember graduating from my school. I was working at a company, global management consultant,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like a like how do I explain? It wasn't like a permanent contract. And then after I was doing that, I didn't really have a job. And I think I spent like 3 months looking for a job, and I was like, yeah, I'm tired.
You moved back home and you're like,
Yeah, I was like, I'm
done.
tired, I'm done. Like I just 3 months, honestly, and I was like, yeah, this is too stressful. At that point, they were saying, no, well, you need to spend 6 months. I was like, no, but definitely my most favorite place I've lived in. It suits me. I believe like in living where you thrive
Yeah.
as a person, where you feel more like you're more of yourself. And I think I'm more of myself in the UAE than I have been in any
Yeah.
other place. Yeah, the standard of life and everything just suits me. The way life is there, it's food is cheap.
It's on the mellow.
Everything is like very accessible.
Yeah.
It's like Netherlands with Nigerian weather, except it's very hot. Very,
Yeah.
very hot there. Very, very hot. But yeah, that's why I actually went back, because I just wasn't,
Couldn't.
just couldn't stress myself.
Understand. And then you now ended up here.
Yep.
After you left,
Well, yeah.
you now ended up
Funny
here.
enough, the way my story always goes is I am extremely, very, very, I would say, well, I shouldn't say this on camera, but compulsive in the sense that when people ask me, how did you get here, or why did you come here,
Yeah.
or why did you pick this country to study? I was applying to a bunch of different schools, and I just picked the schools that the people that were in the admissions office were the kindest to me. That's
Okay.
actually the only reason I ended up in the Netherlands. I did not know anything about this country, and my first time of being here was by mistake. So just before I resumed school, I was with my family. We went on a trip, and then we missed our flight going back to Nigeria, and we had to come into the Netherlands because this was our transit country. We used KLM. And then I came outside in August and it was very
Cold.
cold. I was like, then I went and started Googling
Yeah.
the country. Yes, I was like, what's this country? I was like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into?
Oh
For
my
context,
God.
we were coming back from Italy.
Yeah.
So it's,
So like it
Finishing,
was
yeah.
hot. You
it
were
was
like
like,
basking in the.
yes. Yeah, so that's I guess the story of, I guess it makes sense of to why like I came to the Netherlands. I wasn't really thinking too deeply about it, to be
Yeah, I
honest.
think it was the same for me. I was just like, I was doing. I recently resigned my job in Nigeria back then,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just chilling at home. And my mom came, was like, ah, okay, what's your plan? What's the next thing in your life? What are you going to do? And I was like, I'm doing master's program. So I was searching for master's program.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, you don't have any update?
Mhm.
And I felt like I needed to give her an update. So I just started like
Yeah.
Googling places, and I saw the Netherlands. I was like, oh yeah, I want to go to the Netherlands. She's like, where's that? Where's that? Like, who do you know that? And I like feel like I just ended up here. And even like when I was telling my friends, they're like, oh, I'm with Netherlands. They're like, huh? Where's that? Like, what happened to UK? What happened to Canada? Why Netherlands? And I
Exactly.
was
No,
like,
I think for me, what really attracted me to
yeah.
the Netherlands was just the prospect of the Schengen visa you're gonna get.
Oh,
So
now I
yeah,
think it
and I
was
really
almost
used
the
it.
same
Yeah,
way.
so
Really?
yeah, yeah. I
Also,
think
yeah, it was also like
that was
the
why.
idea of like, because
Yeah,
I
Oh.
love
yeah, I
traveling,
love traveling
and
as
then you know
well.
with your Nigerian passport,
You
you
can't do
can't
shit
travel.
with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Anyways, so I love traveling. So I was like Schengen, this and this. I was
yeah.
already
You get to
thinking
travel
like
a lot.
I'm going to go to like Rome. I'm going to go to Paris.
Mhm.
Like I had like this whole thing already planned. That I remember like my first Christmas year, I told my mom, I said, I'm not coming home. I'm not coming home. Like I'm finally like doing my travel
Yeah.
trips and this thing. But that was why I moved here. But since I've been here, I can count how many countries I've traveled.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
really.
I can count. Like I have traveled, like when I mean like within
Mm.
Europe. But
Yeah.
I realized that I tend to go back home more.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
I know. I traveled so I can travel within Europe.
Okay,
But
okay,
I
okay.
ended up going back to Nigeria more.
But at least you've been to Paris, right?
I
Of
went to
course, because it's so
Paris.
close by to you.
Yeah.
I went, yeah, I did. I went there. I went there. I've been to Italy as well. I went to
That's
Yeah.
really
France, like
fun.
the normal fast ones.
The first
But
Yeah.
then
ones.
like the other ones I would love to go to. But the thing is, timing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Because summer will come and you're thinking. So
Travel.
what usually happens is when summer comes, I'm thinking, well, I can always do this thing. I
Yeah.
can always this country is just close by, it's just a flight away. Let's go to like last summer now I was in Qatar. I was like, oh Qatar is too far. Like let's go to Qatar instead. Like that one is a bit further.
Wow.
But you know the one in Europe is 2 years. It's always
Yes.
been so it's like you know when you have access to somewhere, you just kind of
Yeah.
like do not really rate the journey to the place anymore. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Sure.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
absolutely. Anyways, enough about our travel shenanigans and how we ended up here. So you were mentioning about how this has been like the most challenging country you've lived in.
Yeah.
So my next question will have to go. I'll come back to you on that, but I'll ask Ifeanyi this like when looking at the job market in Netherlands, what have you found the most challenging about the job market here?
For me, it depends on the kind of job. For but let's just keep it as the most challenging thing for me
Like
in my
your own
experience in my own
like, speak about your
experience would
experience.
be more or less the language barrier. Yeah, that plays a very big role, and I think from my experience, getting employed here, it's really competitive. Very, very competitive to get a job, getting a job in Europe.
Yeah.
With the fact that we're not Europeans, yeah, it doesn't add a plus to us.
Yeah.
So it's already a negative for us. So when you put all that negative into a bowl, you know how difficult it is to get a job. So it's really tricky. It's a tricky market to navigate around. Really, really tricky. Really, really tricky.
Yeah, and has that kind of like made you like adjust the way you're approaching the job market in general?
Yes, yes. It has played a huge role, because I was more or less like I said initially from my opening statement, I'm more or less being self-sustaining. So I would prefer where I do mostly freelance jobs, or if that doesn't suffice, I've got a business I can always fall back on. Though it's really tricky, but I think that's how I've been able to manage myself as regards getting a job here. So which might be doing some freelance job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's for me how it's been playing around for me so far.
And how do you balance like looking for a job here and also managing your business back home? How have you been balancing that?
It's pretty tasking. It's draining as well.
I can imagine
Yeah, you can
because it's
imagine.
like two different climates, two different.
But another thing is this: if you leave your business in capable
Yeah.
hands, some people that can do stuffs on your behalf.
Yeah.
So though it might not be 100% foolproof plan, but it's still a plan, and God's so kind. It's been working so good for me.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. And Bukky, what do you find the
Yeah.
most challenging about the job market here?
I would say same as what he said,
Yeah.
language barrier. And second thing is like network, because it's very important to have very strong network everywhere, actually. But also in the Netherlands, it's very difficult because, of course, you have to. It's like starting your life from the ground up, right? Wherever you go, you always have to do that. So it's just maintaining strong networks, and I think it's very, very important. We don't. You need to, before you move to any country,
Yeah.
you need to understand the importance of having a network, having people that you build relationships with that can help you or can guide you in terms of the job market. Yeah, that's what I've learned.
And for us as migrants,
Yeah.
I would consider us migrants because we're not indigenous here.
Yeah.
For us as migrants, I think, like Buki said, networking is pretty
Yeah.
Important.
very, very important. But
Yeah.
how do we build this network as Africans is what plays a very key role in how we circumnavigate the job market. I think I would really
Yeah.
concur to what she said.
And how have you
She's
been
absolutely
trying
right.
to build your networks?
Well, for me, I guess I was lucky in the sense that I am lucky in the sense that, first of all, I am a very personable person. So I find it easy to approach people, talk to people. So I meet people everywhere. And another thing is, when I first of all moved to the Netherlands, I think like 3 months into me living here, I got a job in the university. So I worked in the university for a while. From there, I got my second job, actually. Then I worked in a tech company for a few months. It was an internship. I did research and helped them with their communications and everything. Then I was still looking for a job. And luckily for me, I applied to a job at the university as well.
Yeah.
There was a new person there entirely this time. But then she I applied the job I applied for, they were like, oh no, they want somebody that speaks this level of Dutch. They actually
Whoa.
tested my Dutch. They tested me conversational
Is your
wise.
Dutch
Like,
good?
nee,
She's shady.
it good, but not so good.
That's like
Not
5
so
over
good.
10 now, yeah?
5/10
Yeah,
is
it's
it's
good
not good. They
now.
You said
wanted like
ik good. It's
ik,
not het goed. It's good.
oh, remove the 5, give me 3, it's okay.
No, it's effort. Because we've been here for 3 years. I didn't start learning
Yeah.
Dutch like until last year. And
Whoa,
I'm
yeah?
like 5 years. Yeah.
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 So anyway, so she was like, they tested me. They were like, okay, well, your Dutch is not so great, but you know what? We know you're looking for a job. We spoke to your former supervisor about you, and they really liked me. And yeah, and they gave me a job. So I worked at the university again for a few months. So I think like it's just there and using the chance to like mix with my colleagues, meet people, go around, and that's literally what I've been doing. I think one of my strengths is keeping in touch with people, maintaining relationships. I think it's very, very important. Relationships, you don't know when it might come in handy. Like I remember, was it King's Day? King's Day was a
Yeah,
few
a few
days
days
ago.
ago.
Yeah, I was out on the streets. I always think I'm quiet. I don't know anybody. But I saw like
You're just
almost all
meeting
my
random
colleagues.
people.
They're like, Bukky, 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 Bukky. Well, that's because I was also dancing on the road. We can remove that part from
No, leave that part in.
Yeah.
That's on the road.
it must not be there,
And if I
please.
have
Yeah, and
any
for me, working here, but for me, I would say lucky is the right word to use. While I was about finishing my studies here, I met an NGO, Institute of Policy and Diplomacy in Rotterdam. it offered me the opportunity to. I've been about. It's a volunteer work. I've been to about, if I'm not mistaken, if I count properly, I've been to about 14 or 15 European countries.
No way.
I'm
Wow.
serious.
That's
I've been to
impressive.
as far as no, I'm serious. I've been to as far as Latvia,
Wow.
Lithuania, Croatia, Sweden,
It's Igbo.
Denmark. So
They're always everywhere. Like, what? Latvia?
yeah. When I've been to Latvia, I've been to Lithuania. So
Okay.
that was how I didn't work on an official basis, but it was more or less a volunteer.
Yeah.
So it provided me the opportunity to network with people, and that's what I've been doing for
Oh, wow.
the better part of
Yeah,
2 years.
I think that's actually
Wow.
really beautiful.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's
I love
beautiful.
the fact that like both of your strategies is like it's almost similar but very different.
Yeah,
I
very
don't know if you
Yeah.
understand
I've
what I
never
mean.
been that far.
You've never been that far.
No, I
Imagine what you
haven't.
see in Latvia
I've never
or
been that far.
Lithuania.
No.
When you go to places like that, for me, what I experience, it just shows we've lost our cultural essence in Africa. Because you go to places like, in some places in Lithuania, I was shocked. I went to some houses you go, they are still in the original form they are. You see stories you hear, folk tales, they might be true anyway, because you see structures of people, and we were in somewhere and I saw the statue of Nike.
Yeah.
It's a god. Do you know that?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I did not
I
know
read
that.
about it
Yeah, I have a
one
picture.
time.
I have a
Yeah,
picture. It's a
I read
god.
about it
Yes,
one
it's
time. It's
somewhere
a
in
god, yeah.
where is that? Where did you go to? Somewhere in Europe. I saw it. They
Yeah.
showed it. It was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
You
it's a
mean
god.
the
The
check
statue,
sign?
the check sign, yeah,
No,
the check sign, the
no,
check
no,
sign,
I
the
think
swoosh,
Nike itself, the name itself is it?
Oh.
I
the
think
swoosh sign,
the
the
Swiss
swoosh,
sign.
the swoosh sign. Yeah,
Ah.
I'm
yeah.
not really sure, but I think
Check.
also there's something about the name itself
The
as
name
well.
itself is from a
Yeah.
god.
Yeah,
Yes, the name is from
that's
a
the one
god.
I know.
Yes, yeah, it's
I
from a
didn't know
god.
about the switch.
I
So
No,
I
have
no,
knew it
the
no
was the
name
name
idea.
Nike.
itself.
It's
Yeah,
from a god. It's the name
yeah,
of a
that's
god.
one I knew. Yeah,
People are creative.
yeah, and what you said about us not being able to maintain our
Cultural
structure is
essence is
true
dead.
because I was in Abeokuta recently, and then I was looking at like the old houses and then the new houses, and then I realized that like the new ones, like of course they don't stay true to like the the country itself and the
Yeah.
situation and the environment and the climate, because I was looking mainly at the windows, right? So because we're a lot of people now back home they're used to having like air conditioning,
Yeah.
right? And you know back then the windows were like louvers, those ones that you
Yeah, they
open up,
open and close.
Yeah.
you open up and close and this thing. And I was thinking to myself, there was a reason why we're using louvers, right? Because of fresh air. When you open
Ventilation.
the door and then like when
Okay.
you open your window, you don't have to open it fully to get fresh air.
Just some
You
windows.
just this thing and then they come in between and it's very easy.
Oh.
And then the houses back then they were built with like large windows and like I don't know if you, at least the ones in Nabok that I saw, the windows are very large and like there are like a lot of windows just surrounding
Yeah.
this thing that allows for
The
open
louvers,
fresh
yeah.
air. Yeah, the louvers, sorry.
Oh.
Allows for open fresh air. And then you see these new buildings, it's like a window that's like a square box and then it's like
Just
very tiny
tiny, yeah,
slants and then
just
you open
slide
and
and
close
close.
and I said to myself, this looks like you're trying to have like an European building in Nigeria,
Yeah.
but their climate is different, right?
Yeah.
So like, why aren't we keeping these louvers? Like, why are we trying so hard to
To
be
modernize
what we
it.
are
I
not?
didn't
Like,
even know that was why they are louvers. I feel so dumb right now.
because I was thinking about that. I'm like, we are losing like the authenticity of who we are. Like even with like language.
Yeah,
and
real
stuff
language.
like,
Yeah, true.
I think the
true.
one that really got me when I moved there was the language situation. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the language itself. It's like, how come you can speak the other? If I'm at home and then you speak Yoruba in school, they're like, why are you speaking vernacular? I'm like, actually, this does not make any sense.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want that. Like now, even when I'm at home or even when I'm with my friends that speak Yoruba about this thing, I try to put the language in between
Yeah, it's
the
pretty
Yeah.
good.
sentences and speak it because I'm like, I want to continue this. I want
Yeah.
this to continue, and I want to pass it down to my
your
offsprings as
family,
well.
yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, let's see how it goes.
Okay,
Sha.
sure.
Wow.
Enough about what
Yes.
is wrong with Nigeria. I don't want to discuss what because we will not live here today. But like when we're talking about the job market, because both of you were in Nigeria and then you went to different places and then you ended up here. How would you say the job market in Nigeria is different from the one in Netherlands?
For me, I would say it's quite similar.
Okay, in what sense?
Same thing, networking. Networking. I would say the only difference I can think of is that possibly sometimes, apart from your network over here, not just the network will help you get somewhere, but you also have to prove that
Yeah,
you are
competence.
worthy.
Yeah,
Exactly. So I think that's the major difference. In Nigeria, you might be able to get away with not being
yeah,
competent over
exactly.
time, but
Yeah.
over here you have to prove your competence.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say they are quite similar from
Yeah.
my
From
experience
your own
anyway.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If I do you feel the same way as
yeah, I'd
well?
align with her in that aspect. I think it's pretty similar, but here in Nigeria, you can get away with a lot of things. You have so many, no, serious, you have so many incompetent people occupying very, very sensitive
Somebody used the
positions.
word mediocrity.
That's not far. It's not far from it. Honestly, it's
One
not
of
far
my
from it.
grandma's favorite word, mediocre.
Exactly. Like I heard that word so much when I was in Nigeria. Like everything is just
So
mediocrity.
that's what you
Like
can.
we are used to mediocrity in
Yeah,
this country. We
exactly.
don't ask
Mm,
for more. That's why like people just do anyhow or act
So
anyhow.
that would be the difference
Yeah.
between the job markets in Nigeria and here. In Nigeria, it can pass for anything.
Yeah. I do agree.
Yeah, sure,
yeah.
but here you can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'd
true. Because
say.
I know they need you to get your work done and
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
be competent while you're doing your work as
you have to
well.
become
Yeah.
the man doing your work. So this question is for Bukky. Before we started the podcast, we're talking
Hmm.
about you having a purpose.
Yeah.
How so I'm asking this question not only for the podcast, but also for myself. How do you find your purpose? How did you find your
How did
purpose?
I find my purpose? Wow, this is a very good question, I think. Let me adjust myself. Uh, I would say finding my purpose is doing what makes me as a person, what gives me joy. I've always known that I like helping people. Like, um, when I was in Nigeria, one of the jobs I enjoyed doing the best was working in a bank. It was a microfinance bank, and it was owned by CBN. Or the father head was CBN, and I was working in communication, and that's why I decided to become a communication professional. By the way, I really like what I was doing because we were giving like small and medium enterprises loans, and I liked going there to talk to the people. Seeing, what I did was I used to do like videos. I used to create videos, do interviews, kind of like what you're doing now, but different. Ask them how the money has helped them, and being able to see that impact, I really like that. And I think that was one of the things that gave me the most joy when I was in Nigeria. Just being able to see that, I can give impact or I can do something. So generally, I think it's knowing your strengths.
Yeah.
First of all, knowing your strengths, knowing what brings you joy. And it's a very long journey from there. Sometimes your purpose also changes, by the way. I don't think it's like linear, like, okay, you have a purpose, you're facing it. Sometimes you could see something else that would change your mind or say, do you know what? Oh, maybe I want to do this. Like, take for example, now I said I wanted to become a communication professional. And then I realized that, okay, I like to communicate, I like to talk, I like to help people. But I also like counseling. I would like to do it another way.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I just think it's just doing what lifts your soul, what makes you happy, not really caring about the outside world. Because I think many people, well, I don't know. I don't want to say many people. Please call that off so that it won't be like as if I'm denigrating people. But a lot of people don't understand their purpose because as Nigerians, typically we are raised a certain way.
Yeah.
I've never been a conformist in my life. I've always done things the extraordinary way or just doing my journey has never been straight. I
Yeah.
promise you, it's never been a straight one. So I would say like it's more of coming inside you, knowing yourself, knowing being empty. And I tell this to my mom and or anybody that cares to listen to me. I said one of the things I've learned from my journey here in the
Yeah.
Netherlands and the months that I did not have a job was the fact that when you have nothing,
Yeah.
it's easy to discover yourself. A lot of people never experience that until they're in their 40s and 50s. Many people think of permanence in the sense of, oh, I have a job, it's permanent.
Yeah.
Nothing is yours in life. It can be taken away.
Yeah.
So what's the thing that makes you happy?
Yeah.
What's the thing that gives you purpose that, you know what, this is my own thing. It can never be taken away from me. Nothing is going to change that. I don't know if you get what I'm
I
trying
know
to
what you're
say.
trying to
So
say.
that's one of the things I've learned. And I think that's how I found my purpose by knowing, you know what is the thing that makes me me outside of everything that used to define me, my degrees, my jobs, all those things, you don't have them. You are just left with yourself. And it's easy to, when in that silence, in that lack of nothing. Because all my life it's always been one thing. It's been from one school to the other, failing, then going to another school, then going to a job, then no space to even discover who I truly am.
Like, who are
Yes.
you?
So I'm happy that I have the opportunity to say that, you know what, this is actually what I like. These are my strengths. My strengths are this: talking to people, people relations, helping people, you know. And I also use ChatGPT. Use ChatGPT if you can, guys. But I also, yeah, honestly, I use it like,
wait,
I have
what's the prompt to give ChatGPT? What is my purpose
anything.
in
No,
life?
no, no. Me, I don't like, ever since the voice thing came out, because I talk a lot. I just put the thing, I
Your
start
voice.
talking, I narrate story. Because it's a judgment-free zone. Maybe the people that at the other end, they are judging me. I don't care. The only thing is that I have an answer that is a bit more
That ties
objective.
here to what you want to get
Exactly, it's
said.
objective. So I use that to say, okay, oh, these are my strengths. What can I do? What suits me? You know, so it's just or take advise me on what to do. Like, take for example, when I wanted to say, okay, career options, I already knew I really like counseling and talking to people in general. That's actually one of the reasons why I started, you know, what I started.
Yeah.
But then I go there and it's like, oh, do a career test. I did the career test and I'm like, it's the same thing, teaching, counseling. Those are the things that they always tell me to do. Marketing, anything to do with talking is the same thing. Well, yeah, I think it's better to, once you know your strengths, it helps you find your purpose. And my purpose also comes from, at the end of the day, my own experiences. The answer will be shortened, right?
Let's go to
Okay. So I really struggled with, as a young adult, with, first of all, I'm from a family of very, like, professionals, very educated. My mom is a professor. She's a pathologist and a professor. She teaches as well.
I don't envy you.
My grandfather was a doctor. My uncle, professor. Everybody's like
Professor.
something.
academia,
Yes. So from there, like, I really did not know what I liked doing,
Yeah.
right? And I really struggled as a young person to get through school. I failed. I did A levels 2 times, by the way, and I failed the 2 times before my mom finally agreed that, okay, go and do foundation. That's how I ended up in the UK. I started studying criminology, criminal justice. I managed to make it 2 years, and then same thing, I failed.
Yeah.
All right. And it was when I moved to Dubai. I was a bit older then.
Yeah.
Then I began to understand myself more. I was by myself again. And I think I had only one family member. When I was in the UK, I had many families. So, but when I was in Dubai, I was like by myself. I had to now be a proper adult. I had to be a proper adult. So I was like, okay, oh, this is what works for me. So I started learning. I even created, at that point, I created this thing for young women. Then I would just buy snacks. We called the Modoc Ladies Empowerment Club. I was just doing anything I wanted that time. But we would sit down and talk. And I just realized that, you know what, later on as I grew older, I realized I don't want anyone to experience some of the things I experienced. It's easier if I can at least guide. And I think that's how my purpose came by. And that's why I started Adulting Socks, my show as well. And I think that's one of my purposes right now. My purpose is, I don't want to overuse the word purpose, is just reaching people, helping people, people that are going through anxiety or feeling less or anything. That's really where I'm at this point right now. And the main answer that I should have started with is my purpose came from silence, but I had to narrate the story so that people can get the full picture.
No, we get the
Yeah.
Your purpose came from science.
Silence.
I love
That's
it. I love the
Yeah.
fact that you've found. So, should I tell you what I like about this story? Is the idea that sometimes just because nothing is happening for you at that moment, it might be like it's a time for, there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
It might be like it's time for you to sit to yourself, like have an inner talk, re-strategize, rethink, like what exactly do I want to be?
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you are too busy, there's so much noise that you don't have the time to like just be on your own and just black out all those noises.
Yeah.
And then figure out like, okay, I am Bukky. What do I want? What exactly do I want?
Who am I?
Who am I? Or who am I?
Who am I
is Bukky?
outside of
Who is
every-
Miriam?
It's
Who is
it's a unique experience.
Yeah, it's a
I think it's something everyone should. If you can do it, please do it on purpose. Because when it's worse when you have no choice. Yes, if you
So
can
you're
do it on
concentrating your
purpose.
thoughts.
Yeah. If you can do it on purpose. That's my advice, sir. Make sure you are consciously doing it yourself, but it's eye opening. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
It just opens up so many things to you. I am not who I used to be in December. I'm telling you, and I'm not who I used to be. Like, I already knew since like July I was tired of a lot of things, but like as time goes on, and now this silence, and also having, but that's another question. That's probably you asked later, but also having good support systems, for example, it's very important as well. It helps you be like discover yourself, so you'll be yourself, but not entirely alone,
Yeah.
because it's one of the worst periods.
Yeah.
Oh, well, men, they might do it alone, but not Misha.
It's possible.
If I think she just kept did a job to you.
No, I
No,
don't think
no,
so.
no.
No.
Ifeanyi is not that kind of person. I hope.
Yeah, sure, your point. Yeah, I'm not that kind of a person. Yeah,
Okay, so I'm going to ask Ifeanyi because I'm going to move to Ifeanyi like
yeah,
running. So you described that you're running multiple businesses in Nigeria,
yeah.
and they're still stable. So for me,
It's
I know
sta-
you.
it's sta- with the Nigerian economy stable, will be
No,
an
no, no.
overshoot.
Stable is
Yeah,
relative. It's
yeah, it will
relative.
be an
I
overshoot.
understand what you
Yeah,
mean.
Yeah.
But you did mention like luckily that you have people that are on
yeah,
ground
yeah,
that you
yeah,
can trust
yeah.
all this
That I can
thing.
trust. Yes.
But for me, it's still like, do you have like strategies or tools that make you like stay connected
Yeah,
and also in
yeah,
control of the business? Like, would
yeah.
you like to share for like somebody who is in
Uh,
similar situation as you?
it depends what situation you find yourself. For me, mine might be peculiar or
Mm-hmm.
different from what's it's at play. But for me, strong communication is key for any business. So I have my communication channels are always open for those in charge of the business, while those that oversee the business while I'm not there. So even my clientels have an open.
Communication
So I
channel.
believe entrepreneurs or anybody trying to go into business should have the key is communication. Then excellent customer service. So I try. It's a standard for me. No matter how little it is, I try to give it my utmost best, and I tell my staffs or I tell people that are under me that if you're going to work for me, it's important you keep a standard, and that standard is premium customer service.
Yeah.
So for me, my key, the only tool I use,
It's customer service.
not customer service, communication.
Communication.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, my key to a successful business while I'm absent, I'm not physically present, is communication. So whatever the whatever the hitches are, either good or bad, there's a line of communication. And
Yeah.
if it gets to where you can't handle it, please do escalate.
Yeah.
So for me, I think communication in my own situation
Yeah, of
was a
course,
tool I
because you're
used the
talking from
most.
the
So
perspective of if I.
and right now, I think it's easy communicating with people wherever they are,
Yeah.
be it your clientele, be it employees. It's relatively easy.
Yeah.
You can sit down here and talk to whoever you want to talk to and get feedback and assign tasks to people as well. So that's been my key
I think
this
that's
past
I
years.
think that's beautiful. But like with the communication and having people on ground, we did mention something as a joke, which is with the economic situation of Nigeria, stability is
Yeah,
relative. What would you
it's
say has been the most challenging
yeah,
towards the growth
it's
of your
been I
business?
wouldn't use the word a downturn.
Yeah.
I would just put the word it's been a rough patch. It's been a rough patch having a business in Nigeria because the exchange rates, it's crazy. Sorry to use the word, the exchange rates. The economy presently in Nigeria would not favor entrepreneurs.
Especially the
Or
cost of doing business
the
has
cost
really
of the
increased.
cost of doing business has really increased. An
Yeah.
example, 2023 or 2022, as a case, January around at about 2022, 2023, maybe 20,000, less than, let's say, just give it take 10,000 naira should get you fuel for your generator, probably for the whole of the day, and still have some tomorrow too,
Oh yes,
just
of
in
Yeah,
course.
case,
that's
just in
true.
case you
Oh
don't
my
have something to start
God.
up with. That's a turnover for the next day. But today, you will not be able to try that. Or if you want to go the other way, so you want to go, I'm just using power as an
Yeah, that's not what
example.
you
Yeah.
mean.
Oh,
So if you want to go green, you know how expensive it is to get,
So
obviously. So I think
I know.
it's really
wow. I
difficult.
wouldn't have thought of what you just said. I mean, I don't own a business, but I
Yeah,
never thought of electricity as a thing that
It's the
could,
ma-
yeah.
it is a major thing for
it
people
is
that have
yes
businesses. I
it
know.
is.
Like I've heard that like that's where like at least majority of the parts in Nigeria I go to, it's like everybody I know now has solar panels on their roof.
Yeah.
Because they're like, if they think about like, yes, it's like a huge investment in the beginning, but if they think about long term, they feel
Yeah,
like
it
they're
pays in
even
the long
still
term.
like
Yeah.
saving money
Yes.
by having like solar in there. I was like, even in my family home in Abakuta, we do have solar as well.
Yeah.
And then I know I see how that can be like very cost saving for you have it, because like when they take the light in the afternoon, you don't have to like switch on the gen or say like, okay, completely all of you be in darkness.
Yeah.
You can switch on the solar and then you can still get things moving and get things done. So I can understand why people, but yes, the electricity thing and the
Yeah.
generator thing, the fuel thing
And
is so
Nigeria is
crazy.
we are Nigerians, and we're
Yeah.
going to be honest. Nigeria is not investor friendly.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's
how
not.
no.
It's not. It's not. It's
I
not.
can,
There are lots of.
because even if they're not even friendly to the people
I'll
that
give.
introduce.
I'll give an example. Yeah.
It,
Sorry, Bukky.
no, I'm not
Uh,
saying that you won't say this on camera.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna say something.
Into the bush will catch you.
No, get my point. I'll just give a very simple,
Okay.
example how it is with business, and a key difference with business here and
Okay.
in Nigeria. I came in here as a migrant.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me to register a business, it was less than one day. I got my KVK.
Yeah.
I got my tax number. I got my
Everything was
business.
seamless.
I got my business name. It was seamless.
Yeah.
But you would not do. I'm a Nigerian. Okay, my mom has a business, so it's been a business she's been running for over 30 years.
Yeah.
So we thought it was nice and fit and proper for her to get it registered. Yeah. So she sells fabrics.
Yeah.
So we thought it was fit and proper for her to get it registered. You can imagine for 6 months, for 6 months, it's still an ongoing process.
And they'll say people are not paying taxes.
You probably put incompetent people.
It's really not that easy to like go online and just get things done. It's not that
It's
simple.
not that simple. It's not that
Because I'm also
seamless.
going through like something similar. I'm trying to like start something and I'm trying to like basically like get like some information. You know, like in Netherlands, just go online and you have everything. Just
Everything you need is
online
there.
for you. In Nigeria, like you go online and first of all, mine was even the business. Let's even talk about something as simple as I was trying to find out about insurance.
Okay.
So I wanted to go to NHIS, blah 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 blah. Do you know how long it took me to find the website of NHIS?
How long?
I don't know.
You don't want to even think about
It just cause it felt like I was just going in circles and in circles and in circles. It was really exhausting. So I was just thinking, because I was looking at NHS in terms of like, if I want to employ people, one of the benefits I want to give them is health insurance. So I was trying to like search like how to bring an employer on board and have like this thing, but Nigeria's so complicated. You need HMOs. There's like so much information that it's not streamlined.
Yes.
I should probably have asked ChatGPT to streamline it for me. Maybe I'll do that later.
You should do that.
Yeah, but it's not streamlined, because you go here, they have different information. So you have to like go to different places
pick
to get like
different- yeah,
Have you
information.
sorted it out now?
No.
I know somebody that used to work in like one of these HMOs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's now in Yankee Boy. I can
Yeah, because I
maybe
was
ask
trying
him
to
if you know
figure out
somebody
that,
still
because
there.
I was thinking
Yeah.
like, I like to like provide health insurance as a
Yeah,
benefit
wow.
or something like that. Like if somebody's coming to work for me or this thing, because we keep saying like, oh, Nigeria is not friendly or blah 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 blah. So it's like I don't want to be part of the problem. Like if I'm going to establish a business, I want to at least, if I want to get a good staff, one of the ways I can,
Incentives
to
to
Yes,
staff.
from
Yeah,
them
it's
true.
pretty
and
good.
like,
Yeah.
so that's what I was thinking about all that. I was like, okay, let me even think about like before I start thinking of promising people stuff.
Yeah.
Let me even see what the process is like and what I need to be on board there. Or when you talk about pension, getting people pension, you know, to register for it, to do a pension plan for someone, you have to have minimum of 5 staff.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, so is it five?
It's
Five.
5.
Six.
I didn't know that, because I was like, why do I have to have 5 employees to give? Why can't I just give my one employee
No.
pension?
There's a way around it. Is it in
So
Nigeria?
it's like things like this. That
Yeah.
I was like,
That's
it
the
is what
thing.
it is.
It is what it
But
is.
that's why I was like, how are you managing? 'Cause
Yeah.
not even being there for me is like,
Yeah, but not being there, but at least I make due diligence. I go
Yeah.
to I go home at least once in. I've been to Nigeria February,
Yeah.
so I do my due diligence at least once or twice. I go back home just to oversee and.
I think another trick is to have somebody for everything. I don't like
Yeah,
this.
always have somebody for everything.
I don't like wahala.
so solution to every Nigerian problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
have
know
a
the
plot for
way, like the
everything,
difference
yeah.
between here and There's
You
yeah.
need a plug.
you
You
need
need a
a
plug. You
middleman.
need a
Yes,
middleman
yes,
for
direct.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you
sure.
definitely,
You
if
need
you
a
don't
plug for
like stress,
everything. If you
that
don't like
is,
stress, you need a plug for everything in
yeah.
Nigeria.
Okay, let's circle back. You know this is what I love about this podcast.
What?
We just keep talking and then you just go like you just segue into different this thing. So one of the things I want to talk about is finances.
Yeah.
So during this period, how have you been managing your finances?
It's very funny, yeah.
Okay, okay. I'll pick who is going to answer first because I just asked the final question last.
Yeah, I'll probably break the ice, yeah?
Yes.
Yes,
Managing
it's better.
finances is quite complicated. If you think about it, you've got to set out, for me, I already have an Excel.
Oh,
Wow.
so you manage you have like an Excel. How
Yeah,
does that work?
yeah, I have an Excel already. So on that Excel, it's going to be for, quote unquote, it might be for a week, it might be for a month. So managing finance for me, it's difficult. It depends on how much you get income you get. Depends
Yeah.
on how you manage. If you get zero, you manage zero. So if you get one, you'll be able to apportion or proportion what you want to give out to where. For me, that's just a trick. That's just a trick. How I manage my finance depends on what I get in.
And right now your income is coming directly from Nigeria.
Partly because I also do some freelance jobs here, like I said earlier.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
more or less freelance. So
So you also get
I
some
can
things
I
from
can
here.
balance
You
it.
can
I
balance
balance
it
it
off.
equally from here. Yes. What I get from Nigeria is mostly to keep the business running and be self-sustaining.
That makes
That's
sense.
and just make it through the rainy. It's a rainy period right now
Yeah.
in Nigeria. So what I get from Nigeria is on the business to keep it afloat,
Yeah.
so it doesn't sink. And for here, yes, possible. And for here, it depends on what you make at the end of the month.
Yeah.
When you're going to manage that, you should be able to proportion how you're going to spend it. Back home in Nigeria, they expect so much from you, can understand. So it's a little bit dicey, but it's something we can always circumnavigate around.
Wow. I don't have an answer like that, to be
No. Your answer has to be true to you.
honest. Yeah. I don't manage anything. Sorry,
No, it's okay.
I
It's
don't have an
fine.
Excel.
No,
I don't
that's
have
no.
anything. I
It's
just live
fine.
life on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is your income coming from right now? We can start from there.
Am I supposed to tell the truth?
You're a big woman. I'm from royalty.
It's okay. Like you can say you.
Well, I would say I'm being maintained.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm being
That's
maintained.
nice.
that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
good answer.
And how do you manage? So the thing about maintenance is it enough to cover all your expenses?
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah. So how have you been doing that? What do you spend your money on the most? Let's start from there.
Food.
Do you cook or
Yeah.
eat out a lot?
I think I cook a lot actually, and I like to cook. I like to cook for everybody. Like,
Aw.
yeah, I
How
like to
come you're
cook.
not invited me to come and eat?
You live very far from me now, but you can ask Sister Bonike.
Okay.
At least I cook in her house quite regularly. Yeah, I
She,
like to
she's
cook.
not asking far from me. So
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah,
you're there to go
anytime.
and
She's
cook,
always saying my
invite me.
jollof rice is really good, but I think she's exaggerating.
Are you
Uh,
sure?
yeah. I
Let me
think.
write it down.
Yeah.
Eat Bukky's jollof rice at some point
Yeah.
in the
I would
future.
I would definitely say food. Food is my major expense. I think before it used to be travel. And
What happened
because
with
I'm
traveling?
always you have to cut it
Shortly, yeah.
down, not spend too much on that, especially when you're not earning. But I used to spend a whole lot on moving around, and to be honest, I've not really ever sat down to budget.
Yeah, really.
Mm,
You mentioned that you're writing a book. Is that something you'd like me
wow.
to share?
Yeah, I could tell a little bit about it.
No,
Then let's go
I've
back to budgeting because I remember my mom always saying, I want to say this since we're talking about finances. My mom always used to say, "Oh, you don't know how to spend money. Don't worry, when you start working,
when is there
when you
working?
start working,
Mm-hmm.
you will know like the value of the money. You know value of the money, so you treat money better."
And did that happen for you?
No, no, it didn't. And I'm going to say a story because I would say now I'm getting better because I have a cousin Aliyu. He really or I shouldn't be saying people's names. So my cousin Ali really helps me with a lot of advice and business and whatever. But I remember one time I did this ajo, like
Yeah.
ajo. I
Yeah.
was like I must be the last person to collect. So we did 50-50K, me and my colleagues, 10 of us, 10 months. I was doing 50K. I collected 500K at the end of the
And
month.
what do you use it to do?
Guess how long it took me to spend that money?
What?
2 days.
2 weeks. Oh, that means it's not so bad then.
No,
2 weeks.
you already said you love spending. So
Yeah.
I looked
I
for the
don't know
worst case
what I
scenario
don't
for
know.
you.
I was just like, I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did with it.
So you can't remember what you did with the money.
No, I think I gave it out.
What do you mean give it out?
I was just sharing money like with my friends
Like,
and
what's
my
not the whole
siblings
point
and my
of doing
mom.
their job? Like,
I have no
usually,
idea.
usually when people, from my, because I've done that job before, but from my understanding, when people do a job, it's like they're planning towards something, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
let's say you want to
Yeah.
make a big purchase, and then it's
Yeah.
like kind of like saving towards
Towards
that
getting
purchase,
that,
so that
yeah.
when you get the money, you get it over, and then you make that purchase.
If
So like
there's
people always, there's
anything,
always like
yeah.
an end goal at the end of their
And I
job.
think that's one of the things that maybe I should learn, or I don't think I learned it then, but it's very important to, when you are, especially when you are dealing with money, it's very important to know, okay, what am I using this
spend on
money
it.
for? Like, what's my plan? Because what you just said, just let me know, I didn't have a plan. I just knew I wanted to
You
save
wanted to
money.
save
My
Yeah,
mind
money,
was, I just
sure.
want to save money because I'm spending money anyhow. The best way to, like, the best way to save money is to just
Have a-
have it somewhere. I don't see it to spend. That's the best way. And then when I got the money, it was like I did not have any plan for it. It was just like, okay, what am I going to do with this money? And I'm kind of person that when I see money, it's just like, okay, I've seen money. What am I going to do? Especially with my own. Yeah. So I think that's a very important lesson to learn. Like, have a
Having a plan.
plan. Have a
have a
Yeah, with
plan
plan.
money.
ahead.
Don't
Yes,
It's
that's
just,
the
really
key. That's the key
yes,
important.
takeout.
yeah.
Yeah, because
That's the
you
key
know, like you know, I
takeout.
say like planning. What's that thing? Something to fail, nothing to plan. I don't know
Plan
the
to
saying.
Yeah,
fail, fail
planning
to
to
plan.
fail.
Fail to fail to plan,
Yeah.
planning to fail, something like that. That was.
In
I think that
hindsight,
was. I think that was a
in
good
hindsight,
lesson
I could have even invested the money.
into something.
Yes, that makes more sense. Now, as I'm thinking about it, it's not that long ago, maybe like 5 years ago, this happened. I'm telling you. And
And
also,
500K was still a lot of money back
Yeah,
then.
that's a
it
lot of money
was. I
now. Sure.
saved. Yeah, it was a lot of money. Yeah, I didn't have anybody to advise me properly. Oh, I did, but I just didn't take it. Yeah,
Right.
but I guess this is a financial
Yeah, so
lesson.
we can talk about
People
because
need
you
to.
see, this is a good this thing at least because I know a lot of people that still do a job. So at least this is
Yeah,
a good this thing. So everybody knows that it's not as if a job is a bad thing,
yeah,
but like usually what people do a job for because when you do a job like you're not exactly like getting income or this is as good as just saving your money
Yeah, it's good
periodically.
at saving
yeah,
your
So
money
it's
now. Yeah.
always better to do it if there's like something big, like a big purchase, a
yeah.
big investment you want to make at the end of the day. So I feel like I would recommend like Ajo is a good option with
It's a
trusted
good-
people.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
that's the
No,
don't
no,
be
key.
the
no.
That's the
last
It was.
caveat.
person to
That's the
collect.
that's the
Do
caveat.
you know the funny thing? My boss at that time was telling me that
Don't
why
be the
am I?
last
It was
person to
like, why am I
collect.
the last to collect? Because
Always,
the
if you
money
can,
10
be the
months
first.
ago,
No, don't be
yes,
the first. Don't be the
it was
first.
telling me that the money 10 months ago,
Cannot be
like the
saved
money
value.
is going to
Yeah,
be
no.
depreciated. That's what it
Yeah, that's
literally
true. That's
advised me. I
true.
was like, Bookie,
Money
this
would
is a
not hold value
very,
there. Yes,
this is a
that's
very
true.
silly idea that you're
Yeah,
doing. You're the last, but somebody had to be the last. And I think the first few people already had planned for the money, so they needed that money
so they
urgently.
just,
Yeah, and of course, it's a good way to actually borrow money
No, you know why?
without what do they call it?
Collateral.
Interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly,
You know
interest.
why your boss will tell you that in business you call the time value of money. What's the time value of money?
yeah.
1 naira today cannot be 1 naira.
Tomorrow.
It's not possible.
That's why
Yeah.
people always like it's also a bad idea to put money in the bank. Like
Oh.
it's just sitting there.
What will you do with your money then?
You invest it.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
invest it. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, like it's a bad idea to just put your money in the bank because basically what you're doing is you're giving the bank money to invest.
Invest.
Yeah, that's true.
Why you're earning like even if they pay you interest because right now I have money I can bank. If I used to be
Fashion
interest,
yeah, but I got
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I got
what's
it
this?
from GT Bank. I got interest a lot. I was like, what is this?
Thank
Yeah,
God.
like what is this? Like you'll be so pissed, but it's my Naira account, so
Yeah.
I don't really care about that. I really do not care. So I don't really pay attention. It's a good money to have when you're like Nigeria and just need to like
Run
sort out
around,
some
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So, but back to the reason why I asked
The
you about
book.
eh?
The book.
No, but
No,
let me
answer that
let me
question.
ask you the reason why I asked you about the book. So I know like when you're like starting like a new project or this thing, like
Yeah.
sometimes like you have to invest some finances into it.
Yeah.
Given that like you're being maintained and you're writing a book, I was trying to understand like how has writing the book affected like your daily expenses in general?
It hasn't really affected anything. In fact, everything is. I have my laptop. my
Okay, so
electricity is
everything. So
already
you
paid
said
off.
there's no additional
I'm using
expense.
my, there's no, not right now. Most of the expenses will come from the printing. I'm already trying to talking to people in China already to figure out like how to print, because it's supposed to be like a coloring book as well. Well, it's bigger than that, but I'm not going to say the coloring book aspect. So I took some pictures that I took. I love taking pictures, by the way. So pictures I took in real time. Then I used ChatGPT to convert them into coloring pages, because I like to color. I always have a coloring book on me, and yeah, so I think ChatGPT is what I'm spending money on, and I'm not going to say how I make ChatGPT. I don't pay the full $20.
You don't pay the premium
No,
account.
I pay the premium. I pay with my
I feel
night.
like I have
Don't
an
cut
idea of
this.
how you do
Yeah,
it.
okay. Yeah, so that's what I
I
do.
know what
Yeah,
you're
so
saying.
like it's not even a big deal. I think that's the major expense. I already had my laptop, so the major thing will be the printing. That's really
That
what
would be
it
the
is.
major expense.
Yeah,
And do you already
and
have a plan on how to fund that?
no, I'm the kind of person that I just do what I want first of all. Then when the time comes, money just always comes.
I think you're the worst person to have on the finance program.
Sorry. Sorry, let me just say it's like blessings come. Blessings. See, the thing about this is that God blesses his people.
Yeah.
I mean, all of us as people, but God blesses his people, especially when you ask. So me, I don't worry about anything because I know that God is going to crown my efforts.
Yeah. But that aside, you should really think about how you're going to fund your printing in advance.
Really, I feel like you'll be fine.
Yeah,
Sure.
but lucky, I feel like at the back of your mind, you have an idea of where the money is going to come
No,
from.
I don't
But
do.
see, I just give you vibes.
I see. That's my mo. That's my mo. It has gotten me this far, so there's no motivation to stop. Yeah. But I just like, yeah, same thing. Like when I was coming here, for example, I applied for the school. I applied for a scholarship. All right. I was like, okay, if I get the scholarship, then it can pay for like my expenses and some other things. I didn't get it. I wasn't thinking of who is going to pay my school fees. I didn't think of that. When the time came, it was done. Alhamdulillah.
I think you're Christian.
Um,
Yeah, I do
hybrid.
vote Christmas. Okay, so my next question would
Yeah.
be how do you stay resilient during this period? I'll start with Ifeanyi.
Yeah.
What
How do you
about,
stay resilient?
in what aspect do you mean?
In the sense that your business is in Nigeria, there's a bit of downturn there,
Sure.
and then currently you're freelancing, and then you're also looking for a job. So I think it takes a lot to stay resilient
Sure.
because it can feel a bit like a downer.
Yeah, it can
Yeah,
be
so that's so for me it's
sometimes.
like how do you stay motivated? How do you stay resilient? Like regardless of challenges, like how do you still wake up every day, show up, and still like
Yeah,
Yeah.
be there,
the
be
simple, the
focused, be
simple, the
ready.
simple key is this. For me,
Yeah,
just surround yourself with people that love you. I think for me, it works for me all the time.
that's wise.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a huge burden sometimes
Yeah.
when you think about this. I think about situations playing, but where you always have, for me, I always have a reason to be happy. I always have a reason to be happy. So how I motivate myself is staying optimistic.
Yeah.
I'm a very cheerful person as well. So if I'm having a downturn, I'm having a how do I put it now? A negative vibe. I'll probably just listen to music, play some video games, do something very casual, not something so business inclined, and I end up picking up myself. So for me, I don't have any special or any magic wand. I'm going to tell you to do this to keep yourself. No, I don't have
Yeah.
any key to that. I just stay motivated by surrounding myself with people that's
I think that's beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you, Bukky?
For me, I would say it's just knowing, thinking of the goal, what's in front. That's what keeps me. That's what makes me resilient. I'm thinking of, okay, what's in front? This is my goal. Eyes on the money. I think that's what really keeps me there. And just basically, as well,
Yeah,
people also helps
positive-minded
me.
people.
Yeah, being positive and just knowing, okay,
Yeah,
this is
have
this
people
is what
with
I
with the
have to
same with the
look
same vibe,
forward
with the same
to.
energy as you.
Yeah, this is what
It
I have
keeps
to.
you
Yeah,
resilient. Yeah.
I do have a very good support system. I'm
Yeah,
thankful
very
for
key.
that. Yeah, I'm just, eyes on the money, everything is going to be fine. And just knowing, okay, whatever period, whatever is happening, I just have to look forward and think of the future. I do think I have a very bright future ahead of me.
I love
So
it.
whatever I'm going through, this is not the most difficult thing I've gone through.
Exactly.
Like nothing. Like I no. I mean, this is small, and I think
That's why
yesterday
it
we
is.
spoke.
That's
This
why
this is a really
I
small
love
patch
the
of my story.
I
So
love it. So would you like to add anything to that?
yeah, I would also like to add spirituality. You know, praying to God, or if you don't believe in God, praying to the higher being, or just meditation and all those things. Just keeping in touch with your spirit and yourself is also keeps me resilient. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to close with one question, which is more like actually one or two questions.
Okay.
So for me, I would like to ask both of you if I can answer this
Mm.
first. For anyone currently facing like um being in a similar situation as you, having a business back home,
Mm.
trying to kind of like find a footing here,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of advice would you give them based on your experience?
Okay, I'll try as much as possible not to be so spiritual.
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
be very, very factual. Yeah, I think for me, the advice I would give is have like she said, a very positive mindset. Be resilient. Find your inner happiness, your comfort, your happiness spots. Let me put it that way. And if you're religious, you can as well pray. I
I
think,
think I think that's beautiful.
yeah,
Resilient, having a support.
yes,
And if you're religious, pray. Bukky,
yeah.
what would you say to that?
I would say for me, I'm not going to go his own path, but I'm going to say don't keep to yourself.
Yeah.
Find a community, find people that have either gone through what
Mm,
you've experienced and overcome it, or find people that are going through the same thing. That helps you, that keeps you going, that helps you also know what to do, because I think a lot of us tend to think our problems are just us, like, oh, I'm the first person to go through this. There's nothing new, there's nothing you're the first person that has gone through. I don't know if
There's
my
nothing
English
new
is
yeah.
under the
correct.
sun.
There's nothing new
Exactly,
under the sun.
exactly. So try and talk to people. Don't keep to yourself. That's the worst thing to do when you're in any kind of situation. Always open up, find something, and you might be able to get help.
Yeah.
Thinking about it now, me and my friend, and this is just an extra story. My friend and I, we were tag teaming to talk to recruiters. I think Tuesday or so.
Yeah.
And no, not Tuesday, February. We went to Skipo. We talked to a few people. It was really nice. One of us directed us to Skipo. And then we went to this recruitment agency. Then they were on break. They were not there. And I just saw this before I passed. I saw this girl. She had like really nice hair. I was just like, oh, I like your hair. Then I just passed. So when we passed her, we went back to sit with her. Like I was just like, oh, can we sit here? We sat together and then we started talking to her. She was like, she works in Microsoft. We had a very nice conversation. Immediately she saw us, like, I don't even know this person from anywhere.
Yeah.
She just started making calls to different people. Like, oh, I know this person. I know this person. My friend is now like learning cybersecurity. She introduced her to somebody that mentors people into cybersecurity. So
That's sweet.
yeah, we went to Microsoft that day. So it was like the most random thing, and some people might be like, oh, I don't want to talk about this, I'm going through this. But
Yeah.
one thing is, you should always be vocal about what you're going through. You never know where
Mm,
help might come from. You never ever know. And yeah, that's the story I
wonderful.
have to share,
No,
like
Wonderful.
about
that's
that.
actually a
Yeah.
wonderful this
Wonderful.
thing. Is there for this for both of you, anyways, and anyone can answer first? Is there anything else you would like to share with our listeners? Regarding it could be like business, it could be like your purpose, because you're doing adults in Sock Show.
Yeah.
So is there anything you would like to say? You say you like to advise young people in their 20s,
And
moving towards their
any
30s.
just
Do you have any
any
advice or anything?
I would say my advice is that just know your experience is not unique. You're not going through whatever you're going through alone, and nobody has it all figured out. That's
Yeah.
one thing I'll always say. Because I remember about when I was about to start my podcast, and I was talking to a few of my former colleagues. They were like, "Oh, this is good. I can really." I'm talking of people in their like 50s and 60s. They're like, "I can relate to this." I was because my main aim was to reach younger people, but then
Yeah.
people in their 50s and 60s are telling me, "Oh, I can relate to this," and I was quite shocked. So it's not about, oh, don't think there's a point where everything is going to be clear.
Mm,
Yeah.
Once one problem is over, I promise you another
And that
one
one
is
is going to
coming
come.
up.
So
So don't think your problems are unique. Don't think you're the only one going through it.
yeah.
Just look at life with an open mind and be happy, and just know, enjoy the journey. I
Yeah.
think, in short, enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Enjoy figuring it out until your last day.
Yeah, sure.
Is yes.
Yeah, I
Look
concur
at
to what you say. There's
look at Michelle. Just this much reminds me of my grandma. You know, my grandma is a businesswoman as well, and
Yeah.
I was just thinking how my grandma, when she was still on her bed, because before she died she was not mobile anymore, and I remember like just saying, Bukky, oh, àwọn people yẹn wọ́n ti sọ rent, bá mi pè wọ́n like a 99-year-old woman, bá mi pè wọ́n pé kó sanwó fún mi.
What does that mean?
I should call her tenants.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She said I should call her tenants. They are paying her rent. My grandma was 99 on her
Wow.
bed. Yes. So it's just, you are still learning.
My
You're
grandma
still,
does the same thing.
yeah,
as well
it's the
with
same thing. It's
whole
the same
tenant
thing. I'll share another story about my grandma. One of my favorite peoples, by the way. And it's like, I remember talking to her when not even when Facebook came out, like a few years when Facebook came out. She was like, "What is Facebook?" I was like, "Oh, it's a place where you can meet people online, talk to people online." She did not understand anything about Facebook. Then one of the things that struck me was she said, "You know what? You are younger than me, and I've lived." She was in her 90s, maybe 95 then. So like, I'm 95, but I'm still learning from you, and you're still learning from me. And it's one of the things that I
That's
think,
one of the circle of life.
yeah, you can
learning
learn
is
from
constant,
anybody.
yeah.
And that's another thing.
Yeah, I'll use myself as an example. Life
Yeah.
is continuous learning.
Yeah.
My one personal experience after my bachelor's, the first job I got in Nigeria, which propelled me into entering business, had nothing to do with my degree. I got a job with an IT consulting firm in Port Harcourt. I got employed as a first aider. So basically 2 months into the project, the supervisor, I'll call him a supervisor on site, stopped working. I found myself being the person with the least experience to heading the group.
Wow.
Yeah, I was basically, I had no tech experience. I had no experience at all, but I was open to learn. And in the space of 2 months, the team I was working with, surprised I knew as much as.
As if.
Yeah.
And I found ways to make their tasks
Easy.
simple and easy. So my key takeout is this. In addition to what Bukky said,
Yeah.
continuous learning.
Continuous learning.
Always learn new things.
Yeah, you learn every
You
single
learn
day
every
until the
single
day you die.
Yeah, always learn new things.
So yeah, it's being open to that learning. I like what you said.
Continuous
Learning is a lifelong
It's a lifelong
process. I
process,
really
yeah.
Never
like
stop
that.
learning, like
Yeah.
even like gathering skills, having experience, talk to people, because I feel
Yeah.
like now we're all living in a world where we want to keep to ourselves, and people are being more individualistic.
Yeah,
But that's not how
sure.
life works. Like you need to like go out, talk to people, share, like discuss
Yeah.
anything you want to say. Like that's really nice.
I would add that that's why we appreciate what you're doing. But me personally, I like the fact that you've taken it upon yourself to share your knowledge with people and getting people together to kind of, talk about their experiences, because you are sharing with a lot of people. There are many people that are learning from this. So what you said is in terms with that, even though it's not in person, it's online, but people
Everybody
can still learn
access the
from this.
information, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you for saying that. In this new season, we are going to have what is called rapid fire, so which is very different from what we had in season 1. So this time around, you have 60 seconds, and I'll try and ask you as much questions
Okay.
during
know
those 60
maths, so.
seconds. So we'll see how many questions you can answer within
Sure.
60 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to go with the first question. What does ATM stand for?
Automated teller machine.
What is the full meaning of POS in banking?
Point of
sale
service.
service. Point of sales.
Point of
service.
sales.
Oh, point of sales. Point of sales is point of sales.
Okay, what is the real reason January feels like 90 days?
Because you spent all your salary in December.
Okay, this one is more complicated. It's mathematical. You save $100 every month for 5 years. How much have you saved?
You save $100.
times 12.
Every
6,000.
month. Yes.
That's smart.
Why is the port of Rotterdam important for European trade?
Because it's the biggest river in the world or some shit like that. Or I don't know, it's close to the World Trade Center.
What's the answer?
I mean, you're moving towards it is Europe's largest port and a major.
Yeah, I
Yes.
said that's what I said. If you listen to it back, yes.
Why is it important to have an emergency fund?
Emergency fund. What's important? Just in case.
Anybody can die.
Anybody can what?
You think we're being slow now? We have 10
Oh,
seconds.
you see time?
Can we get 10 extra seconds?
No.
Okay.
She said anybody can die.
What you said?
I don't know now. I'm not saying like,
Just in case for rainy days.
oh, yeah, like,
Okay, so I'm going to calculate how many questions we're able to answer during this period. That was fun. Wasn't that
yes,
fun?
I like that. Yeah.
See?
Wow, my brain is sharp. Will see me answering
12
6,000. I don't even know anything.
6,000.
12 times 5 times.
My mom will be proud of me
That's 12
because
times
I don't know
5
maths.
times 5 now.
That
Yeah.
was wrong. That answer. Yeah.
That's what I said.
6,000.
12 times 5 is how much?
$100 every month for 5 years.
Okay,
1,
yeah,
2
right.
times 5.
Yeah,
Okay,
you know
that's,
me, I'm
that's
intelligent though. Well, if I had
That's
gotten it wrong, I
6,000.
wouldn't have said that. But you know, the brain is there.
That was quick.
You say you can die.
I said anybody can die.
So in total, you have 5 points. I'm not giving you emergency fund.
5 over what?
Like you got five questions right under 60 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, okay. How many questions did you ask us?
I asked you 6.
Oh, not bad. High
The
five.
emergency.
fund. The emergency fund is meant to
But
cover
the
unexpected
Rotterdam one,
expenses.
What
she
it
didn't
is?
get it.
She was
Let's
close
just
to
give
it
it
It's
time.
the
now.
largest river.
It was
This
No,
is
there's
close to
the
it.
largest.
it's close to
Yes.
the shipping distance.
Yeah.
The point of sale.
They got-
What's the answer?
What's the
They
answer?
got his point of sale.
now.
That's what I said
Yeah,
now.
he
Point
said
of
it.
sales.
That's what I said.
Eh,
Oh, what's the difference?
Oh wait. Oh,
There's
point
sale.
point of sale, not
That-
point of sales.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's the
Oh.
right one. Point
Me,
of
I won't
sale.
say point of
There is an
service.
S.
Yeah. Now wow, this person should not become a lecturer. abeg.
You feel getting people.
Now wow, you want only one S.
That's the end of the show.
It's
Thank
an
you guys
amazing
for
experience. Thank you so
guys
much.
for coming. And I hope you are subscribed to my show.
Sure.
For sure,
Because now
yeah.
I'm going to put a gun to all my guests. To subscribe to my show.
Me, I'm
Sure.
subscribed on my 2 YouTube pages. So
Fine, are you subscribed?
yeah.
Sure.
I will check afterwards.
No wahala. You can check.
But
I'm
thank you
subscribed.
guys for staying with us till the end. This is the end of the show. You know what to do. You can subscribe if you're new and like, share, comment. You can also engage to this episode if there's something you would like to add, or you can also try and play the game with yourself and answer the questions yourself.